Ko te amorangi ki mua ko te hāpai o ki muri. Kia tawi hōna mana ki tanga ki runga ki tēnā, ki tēnā, ki tēnā o tātā. He hōno re he kororia he maungarongo ki runga ki te mato te whenua, he whakaaro pai ki ngā tangata katoa. Arohaina ngā teina, me ngā tuakanga, e noho nei I rungi te whakaaro ko tahi pai marire.
Please be seated.
E ngā mana, e ngā reo, e ngā iwi o ngā hau e whā, tēnei aku mihi mahana ki o koutou. Nau mai, hara mai, ki te whare nei, te whare o te kāwana tianara, ki Whanganuiatara. Distinguished guests, it is my pleasure to welcome you all to Government House Wellington for today's investiture ceremony. I'd like to specifically acknowledge Mr. Carl Bates, Member of Parliament, Deputy Commissioner Jill Rogers, New Zealand Police, Mr. Joe Harawira, our kaumātua, and Mrs. Rānui Ngārimu, our kuia. Tēnā koutou katoa. Hosting investiture ceremonies is one of the most important duties I perform on behalf of His Majesty, the King of New Zealand. I'm delighted to bring together such an extraordinary group of New Zealanders, including chirpy little ones that talk during the Don't worry about them, children are welcome here. You have each brought pride and a greater sense of well-being to Aotearoa New Zealand through your outstanding achievements and your service to our communities. On behalf of all New Zealanders, I extend my sincerest thanks to you for your contributions. After each recipient is honoured, I invite you to join with me in congratulating them. Ms. Catriona McLeod will now summon the recipients and read their citations.
Your Excellency, to receive the insignia of an Officer of the New Zealand Order of Merit, Dr. Peter Cleave of Palmerston North, for services to Māori language education. Dr. Peter Cleave has written books and co-written dictionaries for teaching te reo Māori, including early work collaborating on Māori mathematics in the 1970s. He was instrumental in driving approval of the first Masters in Māori program at the University of Waikato. He taught te reo at secondary schools and led a team focused on preschool education for Māori and Pacific children. He has published academically in sociolinguistics and other topics. He hosts the weekly show Te Ao Whānui on Kia Ora FM and wrote the book Iwi Station about the development of Māori radio. Dr. Cleave has contributed to Rangatane o Manawatu Iwi in various capacities, from broadcasting to early childhood support, as iwi representative on the Manawatu Community Law Board and the Manawatu People's Radio Board of Trustees. Dr. Peter Cleave, please come forward. Mr. Sudesh Junjunwala of Auckland for services to the hospitality industry and philanthropy. Mr. Sudesh Junjunwala founded Sudima Hotels in New Zealand, opening the first hotel in Christchurch in 2000. Under his leadership, the chain has grown to 8 hotels, along with restaurants and spas, employing around 700 staff. A leader in sustainable and accessible hospitality, Sudima Hotels was the first in New Zealand to achieve the Toitu Net Carbon Zero certification and joined the Accessibility Tech Initiative as a foundation member organisation. The company also supports local suppliers using regenerative practices. He has contributed to charities including Invictus New Zealand, NZSAS Trust, Star Jam, Be Accessible, Big Buddy, and Make-A-Wish. Through a partnership with the Ngāti Whakaue Education Endowment Trust Board, he provides hospitality scholarships for Māori students. Mr. Junjunwala's philanthropic support extends to County's Manukau Women's Rugby with education grants and clubroom refurbishment. Mr. Sudesh Junjunwala, please come forward. Mr. Bryce Wilkinson of Wellington for services to economics. Dr. Bryce Wilkinson is one of New Zealand's leading economists. He contributed to the Treasury's Economic Management Briefing as then director of its Economics 1 division. He was a consultant on public policy issues for the Business Roundtable think tank and consults similarly for the New Zealand Initiative. He contributed to the Regulatory Responsibility Task Force, the ACC Stocktake Steering Group, and the 2025 Task Force. He has published and presented on a range of public policy topics. He worked in the financial services sector, contributing to macroeconomic assessments and financial research. Dr. Wilkinson has been a New Zealand Harkness Fellow, was president of the New Zealand Law and Economics Association, is a fellow of that association, and is a member of the editorial board of the United Kingdom journal Economics Affairs. Dr. Bryce Wilkinson, please come forward. Your Excellency, to receive the insignia of a member of the New Zealand Order of Merit, Mr. Julian Fitter of Katikati for services to conservation. Mr. Julian Fitter was a founding trustee of the United Kingdom-based Falklands Conservation Trust, serving time as Vice President. He was instrumental in establishing the Galapagos Conservation Trust, serving as inaugural chair and currently as an ambassador. He has authored several books on New Zealand wildlife. He established and is a committee member of the Friends of Galapagos New Zealand organisation, working with the Charles Darwin Foundation and the Galapagos National Park. He helped establish and chaired Makatu Ongatoro Wetland Society to protect the breeding population of northern New Zealand dotterel on Makatu Spit. Mr. Fitter established Bay Conservation and helped establish the Bittern Conservation Trust, which he chairs. Mr. Julian Fitter, please come forward. Dr. Hilary Smith of Palmerston North for services to linguistics and the community. Dr. Hilary Smith has been involved with volunteer service abroad, Te Tuao Tawahi VSA, for more than 40 years. She was a VSA teacher and teacher educator in Tonga, Papua New Guinea and Laos. She chaired the VSA Council, sat on the VSA Appointments Panel and chaired local interest groups. She was president of Teachers of English to Speakers of Other Language, Aotearoa New Zealand, co-convenes the Languages Alliance Aotearoa, and chairs Applied Linguistics in Aotearoa New Zealand. She has supported numerous countries through her career in applied linguistics. Dr. Smith is working with the Gomeroi Aboriginal community in New South Wales, Australia, to support Gomeroi language revival. Dr. Hilary Smith, please come forward. Mr. Mike Stiles of Paraparaumu for services to people with dyslexia and education. Mike Stiles has delivered workshops, seminars and speaking engagements to aid dyslexia education and support. He led a research project to investigate how dyslexia impacts on tertiary learners. He led a team to implement the dyslexia-friendly quality mark, with many tertiary education organizations adopting the standards. He has researched the rate of dyslexia in NEETs, young people not in education, employment or training, and prison inmates. He developed a process to help apprentices with dyslexia neurodiversity secure their registration. He co-established the Dyslexia Neurodiversity Community of Practice, a form of educators. He self-published a book on dyslexia. Mr. Stiles sits on the Board of Trustees of Kapiti Youth Support. Mr. Mike Stiles, please come forward. Ms. Lisa Whittle of Wellington for services to wildlife conservation. Lisa Whittle has been instrumental in the return of native bird species to parts of Wellington. She volunteers with Ruahine Fio Protectors and is a trustee of Manaki Ruahine Trust. She co-founded and leads the Wellington volunteer group Ngā Kaimanaki o Te Waimapihi, caring for the Waimapihi Reserve. She has helped pioneer a new form of urban conservation that has seen Wellington become an international benchmark. She has supported the increase in volunteer-driven predator control across Wellington's urban reserves. She was Capability Development Manager with the Department of Conservation. Ms. Whittle strengthened DOC's trainee ranger program for rangatahi and enabled members of the public to access specialist DOC training. Ms. Lisa Whittle, please come forward. Your Excellency, to receive the insignia of the New Zealand Bravery Medal, Constable Kourtney, for an act of bravery. On 14th of February 2023, the severe Category 3 Cyclone Gabrielle hit New Zealand and caused widespread devastation in the Eastern District, with a large-scale civil defence emergency response undertaken. Rivers were flooded, stop banks breached, and flooding rose rapidly to envelop buildings, and landslides swept away homes, while slips, debris, and downed bridges prevented movement along much of the roading network. Constable Kourtney, along with Constables Mark Bancroft and Patrick Noizou, now Detective Constable, were deployed to Pakofai Road outside Hastings, navigating floodwaters on foot, directing people to evacuate. They came across 6 people who had jumped from a truck to find another route to safe ground and had been caught in a strong current as the road had channeled the floodwater like a river. The 6 people managed to cling to a pole to avoid being swept away, but were stranded in chest-high water. The constables moved to assist the stranded people, though Constable Bancroft and Constable May were then swept away by the current along with the 6 people, while Constable Noizou managed to secure himself temporarily. Constable Bancroft was able to get his head above water among some trees and called to Constable Noizou, who spotted him. Bancroft, May, and the civilians were clinging to the trees. All 3 constables and the civilians were then pulled under and swept into a large hedge before managing to secure themselves as best as possible among the tree branches. Constable Bancroft called the Police Emergency Communications Centre and relayed their situation. At this time, a large transporter truck with a digger and land cruiser on the trailer approached. Constable Noizou stopped the truck and requested use of the digger for a rescue. 2 civilians from the truck piloted the digger boom towards the trees where the 3 constables and the 6 civilians were. Constable Noizou entered the digger bucket, and Constables Bancroft and May helped people climb into the digger bucket, which moved them one at a time to the truck. The constables were the last to use the digger bucket to join the civilians. With everyone on board, the truck headed towards the Chester Hope Bridge. The stop bank of the Naruroro River breached, and a wall of water rushed towards them. The water level rose by 2.5 meters over 15 minutes, causing those on the truck to have to climb onto its roof for safety, and the roof of the land cruiser on the transported trailer. The constables contacted Police Emergency Communications Centre again for rescue assistance. An inflatable rescue boat, IRB, arrived and took the civilians to safety 2 at a time, until a puncture reduced capacity to 1 person at a time. The constables remained on the submerged truck roof until all others had been rescued, before being picked up in the IRB. Constable Kourtney, please come forward. Your Excellency, to receive the King's Service Medal, Mr. Michael Buick of Invercargill, for services to the performing arts, particularly music theatre. Michael Buick has contributed to the southern creative scene as a thespian, singer, teacher, mentor, musician and graphic designer, particularly through the Invercargill Musical Theatre, IMT, and the Invercargill Repertory Society. He has largely volunteered his time as a musical director, performer, or musician in many IMT productions. In his teaching career in Invercargill, he has influenced the development of many emerging musicians and actors. At New River Primary School, he developed a music program that could be taught school-wide. Mr. Buick was convener of the ILT Sing Out Festival, a massed choir event for Southland primary schools. Mr. Michael Buick, please come forward. Mr. Chernel Kourtney of Takaka for services to conservation and choral music. Chernel Kourtney worked at the Department of Conservation and its predecessors for almost 40 years. He helped to establish an herbarium for the top of the South Island and worked with Wakatu Incorporation to establish a library of plants indigenous to the rohe of its iwi. He has collaborated on published papers, discovered several new species of native flora, and overseen many key books written on indigenous biodiversity. He is co-founder and an active committee member of the Nelson Botanical Society. Mr. Kourtney led the Mosaic World Choir, organizing community choir events, workshops, and performances. Mr. Chernel Kourtney, please come forward. Mrs. Maryanne Isles of Napier for services to the community. Maryanne Isles was a teacher at Wainuiomata and Plympton primary schools and became a member of the Plunkett Society in 1976, holding positions as secretary, vice president and president of the Palmerston North branch and as a member of the New Zealand executive. She established the Plunkett Tots and Toddlers course and helped manage the Plunkett Karatani Family Centre. She serves on the Hawke's Bay Ethics Committee and is a Justice of the Peace. Mrs. Isles was branch president of Napier Red Cross and chaired the area council, coordinating branch activities, including a 3-day course for at-risk youth. Mrs. Maryanne Isles, please come forward. Ms. Pam Logan of Blenheim for services to theatre. Pam Logan has been a member of the Marlborough Repertory Society since 1975, serving as president for 2 terms and directing more than 30 plays. She held various positions with the Shakespeare Theatre Education Company and Kemp's Jig, including as actor, voice coach and administrator. She tutored drama studies at Nelson Polytechnic and privately. She has been a speech and drama teacher for more than 45 years. With Speech New Zealand, she contributed to the syllabi, was an accredited examiner and served as chair of examinations and chair of the board. Ms. Logan was president of Theatre New Zealand. Ms. Pam Logan, please come forward. Ms. Lin May of Auckland for services to conservation. Lin May is chair of the Auckland Conservation Board, which under her leadership has built its public presence and grown its advocacy. She was involved in the development and approval of a new conservation plan for Hauturu Little Barrier Island, one of the first conservation management plans jointly prepared and approved with a treaty partner. She has spent many hours drafting correspondence and submissions for the board. In her professional capacity, Ms. Mays works with New Zealand corporates to introduce greater sustainability into their business models, including work with large supermarket chains to introduce the soft plastics recycling scheme. Ms. Lin Mays, please come forward. Your Excellency, the investiture has concluded.
New Zealand's honours system is our highest public affirmation of outstanding individual achievement. It reinforces those things that make our society better: service, manaakitanga, and the pursuit of excellence. To our recipients, it has been a privilege to hear your stories. You have each used your talents and abilities to improve the lives of fellow New Zealanders. In doing so, you have exemplified the sentiments expressed by broadcaster Fred Rogers when he said, "It is not so much what we do have in this life that matters, it's what we do with what we have." I urge recipients to wear your insignia with pride at every opportunity, knowing that you inspire others by your example. On behalf of the King of New Zealand and all New Zealanders, I congratulate you on your achievements, and I thank you once again for your service to our country. Kia ora, huhu mai tātou I tēnei rā. Very shortly, the formal part of this morning's ceremony will conclude, and I welcome you all to enjoy the manaakitanga of the House, with this special time amongst family and friends, and also colleagues. But first, I invite you to look at the back of the program, and I expect high things, given that we have some choristers amongst us. And you will see the words to the national anthem in te reo and in English. Please join with me in singing.